So last week, I asked people to ask me questions in celebration of hitting 25,000 subscribers, and oh my gosh, I practically got 25,000 questions. Not really though, but it sure felt that way. I went through the list and I picked out the ones that were asked by multiple people and a few that just interested me personally. I had a lot of fun doing this, and so hopefully maybe we'll do it again. 30K subscribers. Anyway, here we go. 800,000 subscribers. I am blown away. Thank you, everyone. Everyone new and everyone old. You know, I still get people making comments that they have been watching me since I had 5,000 subscribers, since day one. And I can't believe that. I get people who say that they don't even play Magic the Gathering anymore. A few who say they never did. And you're all here with me on this journey. I'm beyond words. The first Magic the Gathering YouTuber to 100,000 subscribers, and now that I'm at 800,000, the race begins to 1 million. Now, this fall will be my channel's 10-year anniversary, and there is no way I can make it to 1 million by then. The numbers, I've gone over it. I wish it were possible. It isn't possible, but it looks like it is maybe possible by year 11. I wish it could be 10, but tell your friends, like and subscribe. Presented here is the 800K Q&A video. Your questions from throughout the social media sphere answered here. What are your Magic the Gathering hot takes? What do you mean, what are my Magic the Gathering hot takes? Haven't you been watching? I've got 9+ years of them. Everything I say is a hot take. Here's a hot take for this video. Commander cannot stay as the center of Magic the Gathering. It's a great format and one of the most fun ways to play, but it cannot be the only way to play Magic the Gathering. It cannot be the center of this game. It won't work. It won't last, and there's going to be trouble if we don't figure out how to get back to how we were before Commander took over. Hot take, discuss. Who are some writers you'd like to see Wizards of the Coast bring in to write Magic lore similar to the Eldraine novel? Oh, if I had one wish, it would be that a Magic the Gathering novel could be written by Alison Lurs. Look her up, some of the most amazing writing ever, and I would give anything for a Magic the Gathering novel to be written by her. I think she'd do an amazing job at it. Links to some of her stories in this video's description. Do you pay the one? No, I will not pay the one. I will never pay the one. What's one good thing you think that Magic the Gathering could take away from Yu-Gi-Oh? Pride in our choice of font and text size. Will you be at MTG 30 in Philly? I'm afraid I will not be able to make it to Magic 30 in Philly, but I will be at SCG Con in Charlotte. I'm really excited about this. SCG Con is a free-to-attend Magic the Gathering and Flesh and Blood convention with modern main events on both Saturday and Sunday, the Flesh and Blood Pro Quest, a modern 20K and 10K RCQ, and of course, Commander galore. If you're going to be in the Charlotte area, you can absolutely come on down to SCG Con and we can get some games. I'm especially excited because it's my first time in the area. I'm going to be bringing Commander decks, Modern decks, Legacy decks, Pauper decks, not standard, probably not standard. So if you are in the area and you're going to be attending SCG Con Charlotte, then I really hope that we get to shuffle up and play a few games together, or maybe just say hi. I look forward to seeing many of you there. How big would a creator need to be to get on an episode of Shuffle Up and Play? You don't even have to be a creator to be on an episode of Shuffle Up and Play. Look at George, he creates nothing. And I've had him on several episodes, God knows why. But like, honestly, what I like about being able to invite guests is that I can invite whoever I like, and I've always liked on this channel spotlighting smaller creators as well as large creators, and I'd like to think that I've done that on Shuffle Up and Play with the variety of guests, from pros to Commander players to just people that I know and love, and people who make content of a small size that I think is awesome that you should check out. I got a lot of heat in the last episode of Shuffle Up and Play because the premise of the episode that I came up with was that we all build a deck for another person at the table, and I asked creator Rebel AI to create the deck that I was going to give to Gavin, but that was just my excuse to spotlight yet another person. I'd had Rebel on an episode, and I think she's one of the hottest new creators. You should check her out, subscribe to her channel if you can, and I'm like, here's a great opportunity. Let's talk about her in the episode, make jokes and everything, and boy, did everyone get angry at me that I didn't build the deck, but it's like, no, Rebel builds cool decks. Check out her content. You don't have to be a big creator or even a creator at all, as George demonstrates, to be on Shuffle Up and Play. What is your professional take on these? Oh, it's an A product for sure. These cardboard archival storage boxes, such as this one from BCW, are fantastic. They're affordable. They hold all different sizes of cards, from a couple commander decks to, in this case, my commons and uncommons from each set. I got a whole closet full of them. And best of all, despite the low price, despite the fact that these are just cardboard, whoa, woo, they do an amazing job of keeping your cards safe. A Merfolk and a Goblin walk into a bar. What happens? A Razorfin Hunter. That's what happens. Razorfin Hunter is a 1/1 Merfolk Goblin, the only one in existence. It's 1 red and 1 blue, and it can tap to deal 1 damage to target creature or player. I guess it just goes to show love conquers all. Will you go bald again? So I am going to be completely honest with you. No, I am not going to shave my head again. I know that the last time I did so was for charity, and I am so thrilled and impressed with all the money we were able to raise that time. But the truth of the matter is I did not enjoy being bald. It didn't feel good, and I also didn't like the way I looked. In a real visceral sense, looking in the mirror when I was bald, I didn't feel like me. I was very, very uncomfortable, both just how my head felt all the time. It was like my head was wet and an air conditioner was blowing on it. I had trouble sleeping, and I just felt very much like I wasn't in my own body when I looked in the mirror. That also was something that I felt editing videos of myself. I didn't enjoy the experience, and I am glad that we as a community are able to raise a lot of money for charity when we do our charity runs without me having to do something like shave my head, which made me feel uncomfortable. It was one time, fine, it's cool, that's it, just the once. We'll do other things. What would you say is your favorite moment or experience from your time being a content creator thus far? I can't pick favorites. Too many videos made, too many games played, too many people that I've met and who have touched me in my life. They're all my favorites. It's all my favorite. I will say this, though. The fact that I got to be on an episode of Friday Nights with Loading Ready Run, that was super meaningful to me, because Loading Ready Run, and specifically Friday Nights and watching Friday Nights, is what inspired me to do this in a way. And I watched those episodes again and again on a loop before I even had a YouTube channel, and they were really the driving point at me starting and wanting to do my own creation. And so the fact that I not only got to meet all of those wonderful people, but was invited to be on an episode of Friday Nights at one point, I couldn't believe it. I still have right up there, see, look. I keep it right here, because it's a DVD of season 1 of Friday Nights, and I bought 2 of these because I was afraid that it might go off the internet. Yes, I was that stupid. And I would lend one to everybody at my local game store and say they should watch this show, and it was so cool. It's all about Magic the Gathering. And I was like, God, I wish I could create something like this. And I did. And then I got to go on an episode. And they're the nicest, most wonderful people in the world. And my inspiration, you know, so that. Should Wizards of the Coast stop trying to fit stories into the larger Planeswalker narrative? Or should sets pursue block narratives? Look, you know me, I'm a Magic boomer. I like things the way they were, and I really miss the 3-set block structure, if only for the storytelling. I wish we could spend a full year on a plane like we once did. I understand the reasons for going away from that structure, especially in terms of set design, and I get that. But At the very least, I wish that planes such as Kamigawa and Kaldheim were ones that we could spend 2 sets on, if not 3. The story just really is served by us taking our time and, as the saying in Magic used to go, being able to savor the flavor. If all Magic the Gathering card prices were to be slashed in half, would that be a good thing or a bad thing, and why? Cutting card prices in half, Ragavan would still be too expensive. Have you seen what that card costs lately? You know, one of the driving forces of this channel is examining not only the cost of playing Magic the Gathering, but the effect that the cost of playing Magic the Gathering has on access to Magic the Gathering, and my main argument has always been that game pieces should be affordable. But what is affordable? Well, Ragavan is not affordable, but if Ragavan were $40, $20, $10, $2, $1, at what point is it affordable and okay to retain value, which I actually think is okay. I want Magic cards to have some value. I look at value and I say, hey, this $100 product maybe should have $100 worth of value in it. I don't want every card in that $100 product to be pennies. But at what point has cost restricted access to being able to play the game? That's the real question. And I don't think there's an easy answer to it, though I do think that reprints are part of that answer. The fact that there seem to be all these cards that Wizards of the Coast wants to intentionally keep expensive, keeping reprint equity in so that they can put them in their ever-increasing booster packs as reason for the high price, that's where I really start to take issue. I think cards like Dockside Extortionist should have been reprinted in a $4 booster pack, and then its price and its availability would have been a lot more reasonable. Would it have dropped to $2? I honestly can't answer that question. I know it certainly should have been in Commander Legends 2 Baldur's Gate. I think it should have been in Streets of New Capenna. What effect would that have had on the price? Who knows? We can see that reprints do have an effect on price, and a significant one at that. At the end of the day, I don't like expensive booster packs. I think it's okay to have the idea of one premium booster pack, and by premium, I'm thinking $6 to $9.99 for something special in it. The fact that we have so many different booster packs these days at so many high prices, and we still aren't getting key cards reprinted, it absolutely amazes me. But my philosophy is a simple one. Reprint the cards in regular booster packs, and that will help access, and that will help card prices, and there will still be value of individual cards. They won't all go to pennies. Dockside Extortionist won't just become a penny card, but it will become a lot more affordable and a lot more accessible. How old are you? I'm genuinely curious. This year, I will turn 39 years old, and if you're wondering if I'm nervous about that age or have any feelings about it, I'm cool as a cucumber about it. I've turned 39 for about 5 years now, and it's fine. It's gonna be fine. I'm looking forward to turning 39 next year. What do you feel is the best video you have ever put out, and why? I have yet to make a perfect video. I have a few that are close to it. My office hours with Teferi is certainly up there, but even in that one, I can look and see minor imperfections, minor mistakes that I made, and I'm gonna keep striving to make the ultimate Tolarian Community College video, but I just don't think it exists yet. There's still always gonna be a little error, a little flaw somewhere, and I won't be able to get perfection. What is your most embarrassing but funny gameplay mistake or blunder that you can recall? So I was playing in a modern event at my local game store. This is long before I even had a channel, and it was an intense game. I am, as you probably have seen, not the best Magic the Gathering player in the world, and I was up against a particularly skilled Magic player at my local game store, and this match, oh, it was great. It was intense. At some points, it looked like he was going to win. At other points, it looked like I was going to win. We went back and forth. It was an amazing game of Magic, and I won. And I went, whew, at the end of it, and I went, wow, that was great. Thank you so much for such a great game. And filled out the match slip, slid it over to him, and he looks up at me and he goes, that was game 1. And I was so embarrassed because it looked like I was trying to pull something over on him, or maybe just that I'm old and losing my mind. And I was like, oh my God, it was such a long, intense game. I forgot that we were still on game one. And it was a friend of mine. And I'm still so embarrassed just remembering that. What video were you the most nervous about, either performing or the fan reaction? I know this is going to sound crazy, but actually every time I do one of my commentary videos, like I used to call them Tolarian Wins, and I dropped that recently, and it's now just whenever I do a talk to the camera commentary, usually a critical thing where I'm upset about something. I hate those videos, and I'm always nervous. I'm always nervous about putting it out there that it's not going to be received well. And I know they seem to perform better than most of my other videos, but I absolutely get knots in my stomach worrying that I have missed some detail or that I am on the wrong side of an issue or just making myself look like some kind of an ass. And every single time, I'm just dreading making that video go live. I'm never like, oh boy, I'm going to show, this is my hot take. Here's my hot take. I hate it, but people really seem to appreciate them and keep asking me to continue them. But those are the videos that I absolutely dread putting up. How do you choose which sleeves, boxes, etc. to review? My only criteria is that it's available for purchase. I get a lot of people writing me that they have a prototype that they want to send me, and I'm just like, no. I need it on shelves. In stores, I've done a few items that are maybe online only orders, but for the vast majority, I just want to see the products and accessories that Magic the Gathering players can buy at their local game store and review them. I know that I have fallen off of the reviews lately. I'm working on a new batch of deck box, card sleeve, and binder reviews for this year. A big part of that really has been that I've reviewed everything. You can name a product that's on the shelves at your local game store, and chances are 9 out of 10 that I have already reviewed it. And so that was something that slowed down the output of reviews. There's some new products that came out recently that I've been testing, and I hope to have some new batches of those up for you real soon, in fact. And now, if you'll allow me to end this video with a question of my own for you, I would like to ask you, at 800,000 subscribers, at 9+ years of Tolarian Community College, what's next? What would you like to see from me? Something that I've done before? Something that I've never done? Let me know in the comments below what you want to see from Tolarian Community College on our road to 1 million subscribers. Thank you, sincerely, everyone, 800,000 of you, for subscribing, for being here. I don't know what I did to deserve this, but I'm glad that I did it. I don't know that I can repay the debt that I have to this community for giving me all of this, but I'm going to try so hard. I am going to keep making videos until one day I have repaid that debt to all of you. And I promise you, if you keep watching, I'll keep making them.
What's the best part about being a Magic the Gathering player and a Magic the Gathering YouTuber?
The community, absolutely the community, and I really mean it. The most interesting and enjoyable aspect of Magic the Gathering is you and people like you, because I have met so many awesome people. I have made now lifelong friends from this game. It has been a part of my life ever since high school, and I hope that it continues to be, not because of the game, but because of the people who play it.